Now we will be starting girls begin going to school. Okay, so uh, as more and more reforms were taking place during the second half of 19th century, a new idea of educating girls came up. Okay, so this led to the beginning of girls education in our country. Now, with the efforts of many reformers, girls' schools were set up in various parts of India. Like Vidyasagar started a school in Calcutta, many others set up a school in Bombay also. Okay, and when the first schools were opened, people feared sending their girls to this school as they thought this would take girls away from home and would prevent them from doing the domestic duties. Okay, so, as people from 19th century felt that girls should stay away from public places, so most of the women received education by their liberal fathers or husbands. Okay, and after that, many girls' schools were started. Like one was established in Punjab by Arya Samaj, and other in Maharashtra by Jyoti Rao Phule. Okay, so, even in many noble Muslim households in North India, women were taught to read the Quran in Arabic. Quran in Arabic. They were taught by women who went to teach at their homes. Okay. Then in the beginning, women were taught to read about religion and domestic management in a language which they could understand. Okay. But later on, many women who got the chance to get educated, they started writing about the conditions of women in India. Okay, and in the early 20th century, Muslim women like the Begums of Bhopal, okay, so they played a crucial role in promoting girls education. And a woman named Rokeya Shakhawat Hussain started a school in Patna and Calcutta for Muslim girls. Okay, she fearlessly criticized the conservative ideas by arguing the religious leaders of every faith granted by an inferior place to women. Okay, and by 1880s, what happened? Indian women started entering to universities. Okay, and after that, they became doctors, teachers, and all. Okay, so like Tarabai Shinde, who was educated at home at Pune, she published a book named Stri Purushutulna. Stri Purush Tulna, which was a comparison between women and men, and it also criticized the differences between, that is social differences between men and women. Okay, so another woman named Pandita Ramabai was a view that Hinduism was the oppressive towards women, and she wrote a book which showed the life of upper caste women. Okay, and founded a shelter home for widow at Pune who were treated badly by their in-laws. And not only this, women in this shelter home got trained so that they could become financially strong. Okay, so we can say that by the end of the 19th century, okay, that is by the end of 19th century, women were getting education, and they publishing books on the conditions of women, and also forming various women association to empower women. Okay, and in 20th century, Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, they also supported the demands of equality and freedom for women. Okay, now we know about the reforms which were initiated for women, isn't it? So that is given in caste and social reforms. Okay, and as the women organization grew and voice against child marriage also became stronger, an act like called child marriage, this was passed in 1929, which laid down that no men below the age of 18 and no women below the age of 16 could marry. Okay, and finally these limits were raised to 21 for men and 18 for women. Okay, then in caste and social reforms, this is Raja Ram Mohan Roy translated a Buddhist text that was against the caste system. Okay, so the Prarthana Samaj, they stuck to the tradition of bhakti, which believed in the spiritually equality for all the caste. Okay, even outsiders such as it is like Christians, okay, Christian missionaries, they also question the discrimination being faced by some caste. Okay, and they open schools for tribal groups, lower caste children and all. And on the other hand, many poor deserted their villages in search of work, and they found work in factories which were in big cities and all. Okay, so the demand for labor rose as they were required to dig drains, make roads and all, isn't it? So many opportunities by the lower caste given to save them from the oppression which they were facing at the land of local landowners. Okay, and but soon what happened? Many people from different castes and groups demand equality and justice for the lower caste group also. Okay, so that we can say that Satnami movement was started by Ghasidas in central India. Okay, he worked for the betterment of leather workers. Okay, that is in eastern Bengal. Haridas Thakur's Matua sect worked about the Chandala cultivators. Okay, then in Haridas question text that supported the caste system, and in Kerala, Sri Narayana Guru, who was a guru from Irava caste, okay, manifested the ideals for unity of his people. He was against the concept of treating people unequally on the basis of caste differences. Okay, so according to Sri Narayana Guru, all are humans and belongs to same caste. Okay, and he believes in one caste, one religion. Okay, one caste and one religion. So basically all these sects were found by the non-Brahman leaders. Okay, so they tried to create a sense of self-respect. Okay, self-respect among the lower caste, and also change the habit which provoked the contempt of the higher caste. Okay, then next we can see Gulamgiri, that is Jyotirao Phule was born in the year 1827 in Maharashtra. Okay, and he studied in schools set up by Christian missionaries, and developed his ideas about the injustice of caste society and all. Okay, he said that Brahmins were the Aryans who came from outside the continent and defeated the true children of the country. Okay, so according to Phule, the upper caste had no right to their land and power. In reality, the land owners were the so called low caste. And he founded an association which named, that is Satya Shodhak Samaj, and propagated caste equality. Okay, and the lower caste were cultivators, and they led a fair and just life. Okay, and in 1873 Phule wrote a book called Gulamgiri and dedicated it to the American Civil War, in which Americans had fought to free the slaves. Okay, so then we can say that Phule was against all forms of inequality. Okay, he was concerned for the upper caste women, that is for the flit of upper caste women, and this movement of caste reform was also carried forward by Dalit leaders like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, okay, E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. Okay, so how did Dr. Ambedkar stand against the this caste system? That is, who could enter temples.